So you quite literally watch the video up there because you just got one of these cards and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? How do I, you know, make someone's day? How do I make someone smile? This is the easiest thing you can possibly ever do. And it's so easy to change the world because you're just changing one life. One life, that's all you need to do. You just need to make one person happy. It's unbelievable how easy it is. And yet, so many people think it's so hard. So here are 10 ways that I wrote down for you to cheer somebody up. Buy flowers for a stranger. This seems really weird because I know that some people are extremely awkward and they don't like talking to strangers and they're like, eh. But if you go into the grocery store, you buy flowers, and then you just give them to somebody who is leaving that grocery store, one, they're gonna be shocked. I've done it many times and they're always like, oh, no, I don't know you. And I'm like, no, you don't know me. I'm just trying to cheer up your day. Once you say that and explain yourself, they're so overjoyed. They're like, oh my God, you got me flowers? This is unbelievable. And then they're so excited. They go back and they're like, I was gonna buy myself flowers or whatever they say, but they're so incredibly happy and grateful for it. So try it. Buy someone behind you a coffee or a hot chocolate. I'm not a big coffee drinker. That's why I put hot chocolate in there. You never know, but if you bought me a coffee, honestly, I wouldn't care either. Or if you want to get double points, what you do is when you're in the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru because you don't want to walk in, you just say, hey, can I pay for the person behind me? And they'll always say yes. You can always pay for the person behind you. Call someone up and tell them how grateful you are that you have them in your life, okay? This is something that can be extremely hard and awkward, and it might be something that you have wanted to do for such a long time and you just have not done it because you're just like, what is the other person gonna do? Is the other person gonna say I love you back? Is the other person going to be grateful that I called them? Is the other person gonna be extremely bitter that I called them? How do I even start this conversation? You can literally call anybody up at any time and tell them exactly how you feel. And for some reason, we all have it in our heads that socially that's unacceptable. And honestly, I would love if one of my friends called me up and just told me how much they love me, how much they care for me, how much I've meant to them. That is something that is so important and we forget to do it. And then there's these days that we just feel terrible about ourselves and all of this, and that one call you can always go back to and go, I have one person in my corner. I have at least this one person. So it means a whole lot that you do that, whether they have an awkward response or not, but I don't believe that they will. You can buy a $5 gift card and leave it on someone's car. How cool would that be? If I go back to my car and I'm just like, is that $5 off of gas? What? Who did this? Who is, oh, I get the card, so now I know what I have to do. You can write a nice letter to a stranger telling them how beautiful and wonderful they are. You don't need to know somebody to know that they're beautiful and wonderful. Most of us are beautiful and wonderful. Whether you were a guy or a gal, you know that you are just a wonderful person, and it's great to have that reminder. And if you get notes like that, which I have before, it is unbelievable. It makes you feel so good. You're like, what a pleasant surprise. I cannot believe that this just happened. Surprise your mom with a thoughtful gift and a hug. You can do this for your dad or your grandmother as well, or anybody that you want, but mothers brought us into this world, okay? And they are the ones who are responsible for giving us all this knowledge and for making us wonderful people. They had a big, big part in that. So it's really nice to just go up to your mom and be like, hey, beautiful, thank you. Thank you for everything you do for me. I love it. I love that you made Christmas so special. I love that you made growing up so much fun with all of your little quirks and funny little quips. You have to tell her that, and she'll love it. Because honestly, if you have a mom like mine, or if you have a mom in general, you know that even if you murdered somebody, your mother's still gonna think you're the best person in the world. They're gonna be like, yeah, you know that and then she's like, okay, well, there's a reason for why she did it, and I think if we let the jury know that it's a good reason, okay? She's still my daughter, I believe her, and she did the right thing. Not only did she do it right, she did it the right way. So call her up. Buy someone's gas. This is like bonus points, because if you live in New Jersey, gas is expensive. But if you're feeling like, you know, you're Biggie Smalls or P. Diddy and you just want to toss out that cash, buy someone's gas. Someone bought my gas, I would be ecstatic. I would be like, oh my God, you spent that money on me? You bought my gas? I'd be like, who did it? Who did it? Point them out to me. I need to say thank you. So if you really want bonus points, that is the way to go. Now, if you live in New Jersey, again, like I do, you know that gas is not pumped by us. It is not. There are gas station attendants who pump our gas. So right now it is December, and today in particular it is freezing out. I always feel terrible for these guys. They're bundled up, their faces like wrapped in scarves, their hands have like 18 gloves on. They are so cold. I cannot tell you, every time I get gas, I go into a Wawa. If you don't know what that is, it's like a convenience store, kind of like 7-Eleven. If you don't know what 7-Eleven is, think of whatever convenience store is by you. And I will go into the Wawa, I will get hot chocolate, and I will bring it out to these guys. They are ecstatic. They are like, you just made my day, you have no idea, it's so cold. They're so psyched. So if you live here in New Jersey, then go buy your gas attendant a hot chocolate. See how excited they get. They will get unbelievably excited. They'll be unbelievably grateful, and you'll warm them up for at least 5 minutes, because we know it's not gonna last. It's way too cold out. So buy the person's groceries in front of you. This is another thing that can be expensive. I've done it to people who have one thing in line. I've done it to people who have tons of stuff in line. And I had done it to a mother who had 2 kids with her, and I bought her whole grocery list. It ended up being about, I think, like $83 or something like that. And this was probably about a year ago. I cannot tell you how grateful this woman was that I bought her groceries. It was one of the best things that I think I've ever done. I remember calling my then fiance, now wife, at the time, and telling her about it, and just being like, she was so unbelievably appreciative. And it was $80, and I was not expecting it to be that much, 80 whatever it was. And it was totally worth it. It was totally worth it to see how excited she was. She was like, you don't understand, you know, we've been going through a rough time, and you know, thank you very much. And I totally get that, and I felt it, because my parents growing up, we didn't have all the money in the world, but my parents always made it work. So I'm sure everybody needs a pick-me-up, a smile, and I'm so glad that I was able to do that. So if you want to search around the grocery store and find somebody who's just getting milk and buy their milk, or if you want to do it to somebody who is doing their whole week shopping, it's totally up to you, and again, extremely rewarding. So now I'm going to tell you the #1 thing you can do to make someone's day. Woo! Smile. That's it. That is everything. There are so many times I'm walking around town, or walking in a grocery store, or walking in a mall, or even at work, and people's faces are like, smile. Smile is the easiest thing you can do to change someone's day. I see people come in the morning and they look so distraught, so stressed, so tired, and they look like they are just about ready to give up before the day even starts. As soon as I say good morning with a smile, they will smile back. That's all you need to do, is smile at someone. So if you're like, I don't have that much money, I don't know what I'm gonna do, there are options. You can just smile at somebody. And then maybe hand them the card and see if they do anything with it. So it's extremely easy to make someone's day. There are tons of options. I want to hear some creative ways you want to change someone's day. I think that that's fantastic. So do me a favor, if you have any better ideas, put them down in the comments or email me, let me know, and do them. Do them and tell me how they work out. I'm fascinated. I'm super excited. So if you had that card and you were afraid of what you were gonna do, now you have some options. Good luck.